Welcome to day one of Birthright Inheritance podcast. Today is day one of my 30 days sovereign fast, where I reclaim myself as a sovereign being, removing all that was never mine to carry to begin with. So, cord and strings dissolutions, cycles broken. As cycle breakers, we are experiencing chords and strings, contracts that we did not consent to. So, again, I say, blessings, chosen one. You have been carrying everything for everyone for so long that you forgot what it felt like to be carried. Stay to the end of this important short transmission from Spirit for you, because what you are about to hear is going to remind you of something this world buried a long time ago. This is not about fasting. This is about you. The you that existed before the first person told you you were too much. The you that existed before the first person left you holding the weight alone. The you that existed before the programming, before the conditioning, before the cycles, before the wounds. That you is still in there. And that you is what the next 30 days is calling forward. Here is what happened before today. 3 days ago, I sat in a ceremony. Every chord, every contract, every generational pattern, every timeline, every lifetime dissolved. Not cut, dissolved, disintegrated back to source. And today, day one, I fast water and coconut water, 30 days. So the next 30 days. And every single day for the next 30 days, I bring you one sovereign transmission from inside this process, not looking back at it from inside it, because everything I bring to my crown tribe, I traverse first. So far, that is the only authority that matters here. The childhood lie is fill yourself from the outside and you will survive. So you kept consuming their approval, their love, their validation, because somewhere in the body you learned that filling from the outside was the only way to feel safe. And it gets deeper. You are what they fed you. So you carried their programming, their limitation, their narrative, too much, not enough, the problem in your body as if it were yours to carry. And the most toxic version of the lie is this: without their approval, you're nothing. So you kept going back, filling yourself from sources that were never sovereign to begin with. But you are breaking that lie today, because man shall not live by bread alone. And the perfection you arrive as was never taken. It was only buried, obscured, beneath everything they install without your consent. Cycle breakers, kings and queens, for empaths, you have been feeding everyone else's hunger, pouring out until empty, giving your safe space, your nervous system regulation, your unconditional presence, and still wondering why no one shows up the way you show up for them. For black sheep, you consumed their narrative, the one that said you were the problem, the difficult one, the one who rocked the boat, and carried it in your body as if their story was ever the truth about you. For narcissists, targets, and survivors, you gave your energy, your time, your frequency to someone who fed on it, drained you to nothing, called it love, and then had the audacity to act confused when you finally chose yourself. For fire signs, you consumed your own flame, swallowing your truth, dimming your fire, making yourself smaller to keep others comfortable in rooms that were never built for your frequency. And let me say it the way the sovereign understands it. Every single one of those wounds lives in your body. It lives in the body, not the mind. The body memorized what the mind never consented to. And this fast is the body's invitation to release what was never sovereign to begin with. Kings and queens, this is what it looks like when a chosen one chooses themselves completely. Subscribe, follow, share this transmission with the chosen one who is ready to hear it. Cycle breakers, empaths, narcissist survivors, black sheep, fire sign warriors, kings and queens. Here's what Spirit delivered through me to reclaim your crown and sovereignty. You are chosen, and the perfection you arrive as before this world touched you is still inside you, alive, reclaiming itself right now. As I fast, so you remember it is possible for you. In chapter 1, the Earth School lesson plan, the beginning, you kept filling yourself from the outside. Other people's approval, other people's love, other people's validation, because the programming said you were not enough on your own. You gave your crown to rooms that pawned it for scraps. And the Earth School lesson is this: what the world feeds you can never satisfy what source placed inside you before you arrive. In chapter 2, you choose the ending. When you surrender to source, you fast from the noise. When you stop filling yourself from the outside, you do not just get peace, you return to the sovereign being you were before the first bite. You reclaim your crown, and the kingdom within expands to meet you exactly as you are. You step into birthright inheritance not because the world confirmed you, but because Source already declared you. Real cycle breakers show up anyway, imperfect, consistent, committed. They document the journey, not the highlight reel. They traverse the path first, so the next chosen one does not have to navigate it alone. They move from consuming the world's programming into living from the source's sovereign frequency. You choose the noise cycle where you keep filling yourself from the outside, consuming approval, consuming validation, waiting for the world to confirm what source already declared, or sovereignty, where you fast from everything this world installed and return to the perfection you arrive as. When your crown is restored, your abundance blueprint activates. Frequency activates. You stop consuming what lowers your sovereign signal. Clarity activates. You stop filling the silence with other people's noise. Sovereignty activates. You become the provision, not the consumer. That is throne ready. 30 days from now, on April 14, I will be here before you as living proof that this path is real, traversed, and sovereign. Not because I read about it, because I lived it. And every transmission in the 30 days ahead comes from inside the process, not looking back at it. Remember who you are, chosen one. Your kingdom awaits. Let's reign together, Crown Tribe. Thank you. Namaste.